Hello and welcome to Find Your Voice TV, where we explore the physiological, psychological and creative elements that go into your performance. My name is Emanuela Grace. I am your vocal coach and a performance expert. I'm really excited today to welcome my mentor and one of the most incredible men I've ever met, Travis Bell, the bucket list guy.
Oh my God, that's so kind.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Stoked to be here.
Yeah, Trav, so we initially met when I was coaching for TEDx Melbourne, and I saw you on stage and just thought, wow, this guy's got it going on. I want to learn from him. So I have been.
Yeah, definitely. That was a terrifying experience.
Yeah?
Doing, well, as a speaker, normally doing, 3.5 day events, normally from that to maybe a keynote presentation, which is normally 45 minutes to an hour, to then compressing everything I know into 18 minutes and to stay on that red 3x3 dot and to not get that much audience engagement. It was a test.
Trav, you are known as the bucket list guy. Tell us a bit about how that came about.
Backtrack, I came out of high school, then went into university, at Victoria University, did a phys ed degree, not knowing what the hell I was going to do. Fell into this thing called personal training and started personal training back in the 90s when there wasn't personal trainers like running around on every street corner. Did close to 2 million appointments. Not myself, but me and the team. And we had 21 personal training studios around Australia, helped tens of thousands of clients and their families. Then grew it into a bit of a monster. And as a result, I slipped into depression. There was a few legal blues going on. But there's always breakdown before breakthrough, as we say in personal development. And I found myself doing self-help seminars. I was a seminar junkie. And then I went, you know what, I've learnt a lot of stuff here, and I've read a lot of books, I've seen a lot of speak, I've been in seminars, for every weekend for the last whatever years, and someone said to me, you should teach this stuff. So I packaged in everything that I knew about personal development, motivation, life coaching, NLP, blah, blah, blah. And about halfway through, I started sharing to the audience, who else has got one of these lists to do before you die? And it was like, no one. I went, right, I'm the only freak in the room. I said, well, what would you like to do before you die? And then the room went alive, and I've never been asked that question before. I'm like, really? So at the end of it, there was a lot of hype, and everyone was sharing. And then Joe, one of our then personal training clients, said to me, hey, look, how's all this list to do before you die stuff? It's like a bucket list. You're like the bucket list guy. And I went, went home and registered the domain name, thebucketlistguy.com. And I was like, who's like the Mac Daddy? Who's like the king of bucket lists in the world? Oh, look, no one. So I called myself the world's #1 bucket list expert.
Let's talk about you as a keynote speaker for a minute here. For those out there that would like to know more about public speaking, this is your go-to man. Trav, you've played quite a prominent role in the public speaking industry in Australia, and you're one of the most prolific speakers that we have here. Could you give us perhaps your top 3 tips for people who'd like to brush up on that skill set?
Number 1 is find something that you're absolutely congruent about. Find your message. What is it that you are already talking about? Have a look at your bookshelf. Have a look at the blogs you've subscribed to. Have a look at the stuff that you've subscribed to maybe on YouTube.
Like this one.
Like this one. and at the end of the day, there's an indicator of what you're passionate about. I think the holy grail in speaking or being an expert or being a thought leader is finding that thing that you're deeply passionate about and you want to help other people. You got to want to help a large amount of people. Number 1. And then number 2 is pick a highway, then pick a lane. Me as a motivation speaker, that's the most populated of all highways or all topic areas. But I speak specifically in that lane of bucket list. It could be fear, it could be gratitude, it could be whatever else. And then own that lane. So I'm a motivation speaker. If you Google motivation speakers, there's a billion of us. But there's no one who has picked the lane like I have with bucket list. Pick a lane, pick a highway, But make sure that it's congruent to you. And number 3 is to create a massive online presence. It's all well and good having a name, you know, because I was a nobody, but now I've attached this, you know, from a marketing point of view, it's been fantastic. I mean, that is your currency. And if you're not online, it's just weird. You know, having all your socials all pointing to your website, and then it's this consistency, it's the ongoing daily consistency of you putting that message out. And don't mix your messages. You know, be direct, but stay in your lane. And that's been the hardest thing for me as serial entrepreneurs. It's like, oh, this person's doing this person's doing this. It's like, no, put the blinkers on and just stay that course and run deep with it. Create that niche, get your fans and followers and advocates around that niche, and then you can expand from there to attract a bigger group.
Really good advice. And something you've also told me as one of your students is that it's important to be okay with people not liking you as you put yourself out there.
Our job, and you know this, is you've got to be okay with people actually not liking you, because we're paid as speakers. You know, we've got a 45-minute to an hour slot in a typical conference or a meeting. So we've got to go in there and get people to think about their life, their business, their situation in a different way. So I've purposely got a mohawk. I'm a 43-year-old man with a mohawk, for God's sake. I've got to grow up. That's what Mum keeps saying. I go in with whatever I want to wear. I'm not going in with a shirt and suit, you know, a suit and a tie on, that's for sure. Because I'll go in there and disrupt. You've got to go in there and disrupt and get people, but not just be a cool, you know, like story. You've got to leave them with massive takeaway. So I get hired now by some of the most progressive companies around who value, you know, their employees being engaged in their life. People need to be held accountable, and you know this from coaching. You know, there's so much information out there, and we're in an infobesity, I call it. And at the end of the day, you know, people know what it takes to be successful. People know what a bucket list is and that they should be doing it, but they just need the accountability, and you know that. And I think that's what everyone longs for. I get paid to be myself. I pinch myself every single day, and it's super weird.
And you really are yourself.
I am an idiot.
Some of the things I've seen you wear on stage, I'm so impressed. This is actually a very conservative.
No, but the thing is, yeah, I've got a shirt on. Not that I'm nude, but speaking, as you know, probably more than anyone, it's speaking. To be a good speaker, to be a good singer, what have you got to do? You got to sing. You got to speak. You just have to. And that could be just, you know, I advise our students that I mentor, just go into a situation with your friends around a bar, around coffee, and tell a joke. The point being is you've got to go out there and speak, and you're not going to be good at the start.
Yeah,
but
that's
be
a really
okay.
important thing to remember.
But this is the muscle that we've got to build. You've got to build that muscle, build that oh my God muscle, and just get out there and speak.
Yeah. Well, Trav Bell, thank you so much for joining us. If people would like to learn more about making a bucket list, could you share with us where they could go to find that?
Yeah, certainly. Anyone who's interested in creating a bucket list, follow me online. I've got all the socials. We'll attach all those, no doubt. Mentoring, if you want to be a speaker, just go to www.thebucketlistguy.com.
Yeah, great. It's amazing and it's easy, and I can actually vouch for Trav as a mentor. He has really been an incredible mentor to me, and I'm very, very grateful for you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. This is Emanuela Grace from Find Your Voice signing off. Thank you so much for joining us, and if you've got any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear it. Just put it below. For those of you who haven't seen Trav Bell's TED Talk, I'd encourage you to look up the TEDx Melbourne 2016 TED Talk on your bucket lists.